So what's the difference between using this star and using this? The main difference is that in this case, this thing here is an implicit parameter, right? So this would be the same as having another function here called score, and we would put something like frame, right? So this is an implicit parameter. And because I'm using this implicit parameter, I don't want, if I use a star, it means I'm sending a pointer to, or a reference, right, to the frame. But if I use something that doesn't have a star, it means I'm sending a copy of the frame. And why is that important? Because if I send a copy and then I modify this copy, let's say I do frame dot roll 1 equals, and I'm modifying this copy only lives in the scope of this function. And if I don't return the copy, then I lose the modification that I did. So that's why I could use either the asterisk, the star, to receive it as a pointer, and I can actually modify something that is out of the scope of this function, or I could be using this, and this would actually create a copy. I can modify the copy and return it with the return statement. If I don't return it, then I'll lose the modification. So for now, let's just, maybe it will be simpler if we don't use copies. If we use copies and we don't use pointers for now. Let's see. Right, so I'm returning a frame here. I should be updating the roll 1. So is it at this? How do I access this? Maybe I have to name it somehow, frame. And then I do return frame. Let's see what happens if I don't do this and I expect this to be a change. So a side effect, I'm changing the value of the frame. Let's see what happens. So if I go to my test now, I test the roll, and in here what I'm going to do is I'm going to say again frame I'm going to return roll 1. So if I do roll with a 1, so now what we would expect is if I do frame score, the score should be 1, because we're adding 1 to the first roll. So let's see, is this working? Okay, it's not working. And you see it's because the change that I did on the frame is a change done on the scope of this function. So this doesn't work. What I should do is I should either return it in here, or I could use it as a pointer. So I don't know which one is better for now. I don't know if it's better to return it like this or to just have it as a pointer. It might be better to have it as a pointer, really, because if I have it as a pointer, this would be essentially almost the same as having it as a pointer. Because I'm returning this so that it can be used in a different address, in a different scope. I mean, I don't know if it's this because I come from I'm getting very used to functional programming that I want to use copies. Let's see how this goes. So now I should say maybe frame equals to frame. Now this should work, right? Okay, it works. The other option that we can do that we were discussing is that maybe I can do this, and I can do, instead of returning here, if I do this, now I don't need to assign this here, and if I run this, and it works. You see what are we saying in the chat? If you want to change that to a pointer receiver, if you want to change the frame, return it. It means you're copying. It really just depends on your goals. Yeah, exactly. So depending on what I want to do, really, if I want to copy it, or if I want to modify it, so in my Java development, I'm trying to do a lot of functional programming. So maybe I'm very used to that and I don't like modifying things. But I think it might be the way to go in Go. And but I don't know really. I don't know what to choose. I do know that, like, for example, if I do a copy here and then I return it, so there's a lot of memory usage that might be wasting, a waste of memory, really. So maybe let's try this for now. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, then leave a like, a comment, and subscribe to the channel so that you can get notifications every time there is a new video. Bye!